Hello friends, welcome to the Infologs YouTube channel. I hope you are enjoying the this Blazor video tutorial series. If you have any feedback, any questions, you can post on you can comment on in the comment section, or you can connect to us on social media platform. Yeah, in today's video we'll see the next part of routing, that is how we can create a component without creating a .razor file, and how do we navigate to that newly created C# based component. Okay, that is important. Okay, why we need to do that? Let's assume that I don't have any any UI, right? So I just wanted to create a component by writing my C# class. So how do we do that? Well, that is possible in Blazor, and in today's video we are exploring that kind of thing. So before going to the article, let me give you an information that we from now onwards we are showing the I button on the top right corner in between the videos as the video progresses on, and there you will explore the different playlist related to programming languages. So I'll suggest you just watch that playlist one time, so you'll get an idea about what are the different programming languages video series are going on. As I already explained you guys, in a week we are publishing 3 videos. On a Monday, that will be for ASP.NET Core. Then Wednesday, that is for dedicated to the Blazor, and at Friday that is C# for the beginners, and later we'll also integrate the intermediate and advanced level of C# videos. Yeah, now after giving all this information to our valuable users, let's flip to the infologs.in for the article. So here we'll talk about how do we manage the navigation programmatically in Blazor. Also we'll talk about how we can create a component without using a template, or we can say the .razor file. Right, for this I'm gonna create a new project. Yes, this is the important one. So let me stop this Visual Studio and stop all this stuff, and now I'll go ahead and use the new project Blazor, and dynamic component. Don't use this. Okay, I'm not gonna make a same mistake again. Okay, set as default and running a dynamic component project. Okay, this is very similar kind of thing. So if you notice, under the pages section we have different Razor pages, right? And we are running that. Right, in our previous we have seen this section, how do we navigate to. Now on the shared component, under the navigation menu, I'm gonna add one more option to navigate to dynamic component. Dynamic component URL will be dynamic component. Okay, that's nice. Now as soon as user clicks on the dynamic component, we should redirect to the okay, this is very simple. So you just need to inject the navigation manager service, and using the .navigate to method, just pass your component name, that is will automatically redirect to this. Okay, now the important one is this. So we need to add a class which is inherited from the component base. Okay, so now here, as this is my component, so I'm gonna add that in under the pages section, and here I'll select a class, and the class name will be dynamic component.cs. Okay, this class is inherited from component base. For that I have to import few namespaces, that is Microsoft ASP.NET.Components. That's nice. And then we'll override few and write console.writeLine on init method. Okay, and then we'll also override set parameter console.writeLine set parameter async method. Okay, and then we have to tell that where is the URL or route. So I'll use the MVC kind of route thing. So route will be dynamic component. Perfect. Yeah, that's nice. Let's build our project. I think there is error in other project. Let me rebuild this specific. Okay, what is the error? The data does not exist in the type dynamic component. Oops, my mistake. So I should not use this name because this is my project name. So I'll use the dynamic component class. Now the project is successfully built, and here that now it is executing properly. Okay, so now we have the component created with the basic stuff. Let's try to navigate to this component. So we have already added a navigation menu under the nav link. So yeah, so just click on this dynamic component. Okay, the redirection is successful, otherwise we should get the error over here, right? So now navigation is working fine. Let's go ahead and navigate to the programmatically created Blazor component, and then there we are accepting parameters and then navigating to the other stuff, right? So here what we'll do on initialized. Okay, so how do we inject? So here again I have to inject the service. So for that I'll create a public navigation manager, navigation manager, and then get and set. And as this I have to inject, so I'll make sure I'll injected a service, right? And then on initialized, okay, we'll also receive a parameter. So for that we need to select a parameter, and then the property will be string, and we'll say name. This is our parameter. Okay, and on initialized we are assigning that parameters, and okay, so we are accessing that name. Let me use that name property equals name plus from C# class. So let me put a breakpoint here and let's test. Okay, for that here I have to take a name property. Okay, one more thing I missed. I have to under the navigation razor, here I have to pass a link. Okay, do one thing, let me assign a multiple route. Okay, let's test this one as well. So yeah, application is loaded, and I'll hit the dynamic component, so we don't see any parameter because this is null. I think I should have checked the null because yeah, we don't append anything, so just fine for now on the output side. And the blazor clear all, sorry, not life cycle, that is dynamic component, and then clear all, and then F5. Okay, on init method, and now I'm gonna pass a name, Abhishek, and then let's see. Okay, we should, yeah, we received the parameter, and then the whole connection string is, sorry, whole string is generated based on the user's input. Now that's done. We are not rendering on the UI, right? Okay, and what is the next? Let me switch to the article. Okay, so this one was very simple. Now what we wanted to do is, let's let me check back to the, okay, we have used the navigation manager. Okay, now what I'll do, I'll quickly navigate to the counter from this. Okay, so for that it's very simple, navigation to navigate to, and then pass the counter kind of thing. So now as soon as we, okay, so we should click a breakpoint. Okay, so we should come into the initialization, and then we'll directly navigate back to the counter. So as soon as I use this, and it's navigating to, and then perfect, right? Yeah, I think you got a basic idea about how we can create a Blazor component without using the .razor file, right? There are few partial class support for the Blazor components. You can, yeah, we'll publish an article on the same topic for one more time for the detailed descriptions how we can render the UI on without using the Razor file. Yeah, if you have any other questions, please write it down that in the comment section below, and if you wanted to communicate, you can also connect with us on social media platform on Facebook and on Twitter at Infologs and Twitter handle. Yeah, at the last you'll see the four sections, one for Blazor, sorry, subscription of this YouTube channel, and one for playlist of this Blazor video tutorials, and 2 boxes for next and previous video tutorial links. I hope you should watch the next video, and yeah, till then keep learning. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.